Hi everyone. In this video we are going to talk about what are the important concepts which everybody should know when we build the RAG application. The RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Why do we need RAG? What problem can be solved by RAG? First, we will have to have that understanding. So nowadays everybody is using ChatGPT Gemini. So when we need any information, what we do typically, we go to the ChatGPT or Gemini application, we type in our query and the information goes to the LLM and we get the response. So the whatever the information we have been seeking for, that could be the data available in the public. So that's why we are getting good response from the language model. But if I would like to know more about my company or my own documentation or my any organizational documents, let's say we would like to understand our leave policy, how many days the employees can take leave. This kind of information, if we go and ask to ChatGPT or Gemini, it can't answer it properly. It can hallucinate the data because this information is belongs to the organization. It's the private data set. It's not publicly available. So the RAG system, it's going to solve that problem. So what are we going to do is, to the LLM we are going to feed our documentations. It could be our personal document or any organizational document. We are going to feed the documents into the LLMs, and when on the need basis we are going to get the response back uh, from the LLM. So that's the problem statement, and that's the solution the RAG is going to give it to us. So before we go into any concepts, let's understand how the human intelligence work. Let's say somebody gives you the PDF document to you. So what we typically do, we read the document line by line from starting to ending. So after reading the document, we have the full understanding about what the document is, what it's trying to convey to us. So in future, if somebody is asking any information which is relevant to whatever we read, we should be able to recall from our by ourselves. This is how the human intelligence work. Let's see how the machine can read a document using artificial intelligence. So the machine can't read the document. Instead, it process it. So what does it mean is, the machine can operate very fast with the numbers. So only the humans can understand the human language, which is English, or it could be any language. The machine knows only the numbers. So this is how artificial intelligence is going to process the document. Now let's understand chunking. So what is chunking? Before we go into chunking, let's understand what is the context window. The context window is, let's go back to the example. What inputs, that's called prompt. Let's say I would like to know what is Python. This is the input text and the prompt. It goes to the LLM. We call it as a input token, and the LLM response, its Python is a language. It gives the response like this. That's called the output token. So the context window is equivalent to input token and in the output token. So in one round trip, what information we pass it to the LLM, what information we get back from the LLM, that's called the context window. So the each languages model comes with the context window limitation. So we have a certain limitation. We can pass only the certain number of input text, or it could be output input text only from the LLM. So that's why when our document size is very large, what we do is, instead of sending the whole document into the LLMs, we split the document into small chunks and we pass the information into the LLM. So here I provided what is the, why do we need chunking, and all those things I have explained it. After that, so what would happen if it send the document all at a once? So it's a waste of tokens and it could impact the accuracy and it can increase your cost too. So we need to be more vigilant when we send the documents to when we send the chunking in, when we send the documents to the languages model. So next, embeddings. So as I mentioned earlier, machine loves to work and work very fast with the numbers. So what is embedding means, the chunk is getting converted into a vector, and these numbers, these vectors have been stored into vector databases. So whenever this is a one-off task, so whenever somebody needs the information in the future, it goes and do this semantic search and it pulls all the information from the vector databases. So here I have given example. So when we pass the input to the large embedding models, we have lot of embedding model which converts, which does the numeric English to numerical job for us. So after the embedding model, it stores the information like this in a fractional format only. So the embedding model also comes with the token size. Okay, next one is the retrieval. So as a one-off task, let's say we feed the input like human, we go through the document and we have it all the information in our brain. So whenever on the need basis somebody is asking the relevant question, we should be able to interconnect the ideas and we should be able to grasp the things what we want. So the same like in the retrieval phase, we, let's say the consumer, whoever is the consumer, whoever is going to use the application, they ask the question to the application, the LLM application, or it could be a browser application, or it could be web browser application. Whenever the user, the end user asks the information, the though that information also goes to the LLM language model, and these such texts also get converted into embedding and it goes and search the data into the vector database and it gives the information back to us. This is the retrieval pass. This is the repeatable process that happens based on the user request. Okay, so far we covered chunking, embedding, and the retrieval and the semantic search. These are the key concepts everybody should know about it. Next one is the rack 2 phases, which I already covered it. Phase 1, it's a producer. So as a one-off task or maybe on the need basis, we have to, whatever the document we would like to give it to the public for the information retrieval, we have to upload the document into the, I will have to give the information to the language model first. This is the data injection phase. After that, chunking happens and then embeddings happens. At the end, the information is stored into the vector database. And the next phase is phase 2. It's a consumer phase. The user asks a questions to the LLM. It could be from the client facing application, and the question is getting converted into embedding, and then relevant chunks are retrieved and retrieve context is sent to the LL language model and LLM generate the final answers. Now let's see what are all the syntax and model trade-offs we can use. For the loading, we have the PDF, we can have images, anything. We can use the tools or framework or anything. We can use Python, LangChain, we can use either one of these. And chunking, so we can use split the documents into small pieces. It could be any of your favorite language which are comfortable with Python. And the embedding model, which is convert to numbers, you can use any languages model, OpenAI or free models. And store the vector, the after the we have the numbers vector, we'll have to persist the information into the vector database. You can use Pinecone or ChromoDB. So I just gave only few examples to give a rough idea about what are the technology options we have it. And then search, this is at the consumer side, the above is for the producer side. So in the consumer side, first we can find the relevant pieces. It goes to the vector database. And then answer we can generate the once we get the retrieve data back from the vector database, we need to do the reverse from number to human readable format. So here we generate the response with the any OpenAI and free models we can use. Later I will cover maybe like tomorrow I will cover what are all the key things you need to know when you chunking and embedding and retrieval. I'll cover that one. Now let's see what to use in RAG. So we have variety of options. We have small language model, medium language model, and large languages model. So depends on the use case. So the SLMs has like how many parameter has been used to train the model. So this is called, we call it as a SLM, and based on the parameters we call the model as SLM, MLM, and LLM. So depends on your use case. SLM, it could be very faster, and it has the fast scalability, and the retrieval speed is also very faster, and it's compliance with the all the standards. So you can go for on premises SLMs as well as on cloud basis based on the requirement. Next one is the medium languages model. Again, it's based on the number of tokens which is used to build the model. So you can go for like if you want you want the partial control, and you don't worried about the compliance, then you can go for MLM model. And next one is the large languages model. This is the open AI only, so it's very hard. But like since once again you can go for the uh, organization based LLMs to, if you don't want to send any information outside of your organization, you can go for, you can buy the LLMs for your organization and use. So depends on the use case, you can go for SLM, MLM, and the LLMs. So when to use what? So I have given some example. Let's say you are building any small application which is related to IT help desk. You can go for SLMs, which is very fast, cheap, and private. So if you are building customer support application, you need kind of a balance kind of things, you can go for MLM. So in case if you are looking for legal, medical, finance, then you can go for LLMs. The accuracy is critical, and if you have high volumes, then the high volume of the use case, for the cost effective, you can go for SLMs. And if you have any sensitive information, you wanted to have it for banking and healthcare, you can go for SLM. So once again, it's all depends on your use case, and whether you need to compliance with the what are all the options you have available in your organization or your personal needs. You can choose either one of these and build the RAG application. Thank you.